Company.
Tonight on CTV3 News, the three men accused of taking the life of 45-year-old Hugo Rodriguez are arraigned in court. As the crop approaches, the BSCFA calls on farmers to bear patience as negotiations for a commercial agreement with BSI ASR continues. The Belize Postal Service launches first phase of rebranding campaign in Orange Walk. And we take you to the Corosal free zone where business is booming more than ever. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Wednesday, December 28th, 2023.
How to win $1,000 cash per branch.
Install or update to Express Plus streaming app. Also win another $1,000 cash per branch. Update your account balance up to December. Update your personal information to get your e-ticket. Drawing date January 5th, 2024 on the Despierta Belize Morning Show. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Centaur's Family.
Good evening with your news, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Today, the three men accused of the murder of 45-year-old Hugo Rodriguez was arraigned in the Orange Walk Magistrate Court on a single charge of murder. They are 19-year-old Osmar Chiak, 21-year-old Twyford Bradford Smith Jr., and the 24-year-old Austin Alexander Connor Key. Investigators believe that the men fatally shot Rodriguez on Sunday night in Carmelita Village, Orange Walk District. Rodriguez was at a local store when he was reportedly involved in an argument with the three men. Threats were reportedly exchanged and Rodriguez left on his way home. Police say he was followed and shot as many as 10 times. He was killed only a few yards away from his house. Rodriguez left behind 3 children, including a 1-month baby boy. The 3 men were read a joint charge of murder. However, being an indictable offense, a plea could not be taken from the accused men, and they were all remanded into custody until their next court appearance, which is on April 15, 2024. We are 8 days away from the proposed start of the 2023-2024. However, uncertainty within the industry continues tonight as there is no indication of an agreement between the BSCFA and the BSI-ASR over the signing of a new commercial agreement. With only 8 days to go, today the BSCFA is calling on its membership to remain optimistic as efforts are ongoing to reach an agreement before the start of the crop season to allow its membership the opportunity to deliver its cane.
Nosotros también, nuestros miembros están ansiosos para entregar caña, pero también estamos muy preocupados de que se necesita tener un acuerdo comercial para poder garantizar sus derechos y sus intereses al entregar esta caña a BSI. Y hemos estado en un proceso de negociación por medio del gobierno de Belice, que ha nombrado un comité subministerial para tratar de agilizar este proceso y ver que se haga un tipo de justicia, right, para ambas partes, right, para los cañeros y para el ingenio, ¿no? Para que así este acuerdo pueda ser algo que beneficie a los dos. No es posible tener un acuerdo de larga duración en este momento como ha querido BSI, y lo que hemos estado proponiendo para no atrasar el comienzo de la zafra es tener un acuerdo interino de nuevo. Pero en esta ocasión ambos hemos intercambiado propuestas, right? Y hemos tratado de enfocar nuestras propuestas en dos aspectos: el periodo del acuerdo comercial y el hecho del pago de la prima de comercio justo, ¿no? Y en este aspecto el comité subministerial ha estado recibiendo, especialmente de parte nuestra, propuestas de cómo se puede ir logrando este acuerdo con esas dos propuestas. Nosotros hemos entregado unas opciones para la consideración de BSI, right? Y en lo que va a estar elaborando más el chairman. Pero es importante que nuestros miembros no se estén afligiendo, right, de que al ver que en este momento todavía no hay un acuerdo comercial, right, les está poniendo en apuros para tener seguro de que van a poder entregar su caña, especialmente de que como las cosas están algo apretados con ingreso y con esa cuestión de cortadores de caña.
The BSCFA is also calling on government through the ministerial subcommittee to continue its efforts as mediator between both parties to allow for an agreement to be signed for the benefit of both the farmers and the miller.
Por eso estamos pidiendo el apoyo también de las otras asociaciones, a los líderes, a los cañeros de las otras asociaciones que nos apoyen, porque esto no solo viene para BSCFA. Si logramos algo, esto es para todos los cañeros de Belice y para todo Belice, porque sabemos que esto brinda trabajos, brinda negocio, le beneficia a todo Belice, no solo a los cañeros.
Esperamos de que el comité subministerial, el gobierno puede agilizar este proceso para que se pueda firmar un acuerdo comercial justamente antes del 28 de diciembre para que así haya un comienzo normal de la zafra 23-24.
The leadership of the BSCFA, however, maintains its position that the crop season cannot commence before an agreement is reached, as they hold over 50% of the farmer population needed to deliver cane.
Es nuestra posición de que hemos estado de que un año para darle tiempo a la comisión, porque hemos entendido de que la comisión no necesita tanto tiempo para hacer su investigación, porque son expertos que vienen en el área. Así es de que estamos en ese punto donde queremos de que eso se lleve a cabo para que así podamos entonces negociar un commercial agreement de largo plazo, porque ya entonces vamos a tener información, no como nos han estado tratando de que como que si nosotros estamos sacando información que soñamos, cuando en realidad es en base de investigación que se ha hecho por nuestro team. Así es que en esa base estamos buscando de que se haga esa comisión de investigación para que así podamos arreglar un largo plazo en nuestro agreement. Entonces, en estos momentos, ese llamado le hacemos a los cañeros de que estamos en esa espera, de que de aquí antes que llegue al 28 ya tengamos algo en mano a donde nuestros cañeros puedan entregar su caña igual como cualquier otro cañero de las otras asociaciones. Así es de que le pedimos a los cañeros de nuestra asociación que tengan un poquito de paciencia. Teníamos o tenemos el apoyo de Northern, no sé si ellos ya fueron en algunos cambios, pero no sabemos cómo están, pero en las últimas juntas que se han llevado a cabo hemos tenido apoyo de ellos de que la zafra no empieza si no las 4 asociaciones tienen claro sus firmas de agreement con BSI. Así es que ahí nos plantamos en estos momentos.
The Belize Postal Service launched the first phase of its countrywide rebranding campaign today here in Orange Walk Town. The nationwide campaign seeks to promote more inclusivity between the Postal Service and the communities where it serves. The first phase of the project was launched in Orange Walk Town, where the building received a much-needed facelift, brandishing new colors which represent trust, growth, and commitment. Part of the rebranding campaign includes the launch of the first ever flat rate boxes in Belize, as the Postal Service of Belize looks forward to offering more affordable and modern services to all Belizeans.
If you guys recall, just a couple of weeks ago, the state of the post office, it did not match what the vision is from the ministry perspective. When we look at the vision of our Minister, Honorable Shabat, it is important to enhance, and not only enhance the infrastructure, but also enhance the working environment and the process that the post office has in place to serve our people. We do realize that the services offered by the post office is important. We see it as a critical or an essential service to our people because of, one, the price, because we also provide services across the length and breadth of this country. As our Prime Minister stated in the inauguration of the park, we have visionary leaders and leaders that take action. And that's the reason why we also invited our mayor to be here to give some words and also be present, because there's much collaboration that can occur when we work along with the Orange Walk Town Council and what we are envisioning in terms of services and how to increase revenue here at the post office.
Today serves as a special occasion, special in the sense that we are not only rebranding, but we are launching the first of its kind flat rate boxes to you guys. There's the large and extra large boxes that we have. So it goes with the slogan, if it fits, it ships, right? You guys are familiar with going by weight, but with these boxes, it's flat rate. You pay for the boxes and whatever fits, ships. So it goes, so if you can fit a microwave or something in here and don't have to worry about the weight, then that will be excellent for you guys, because going around on our campaign, especially in Orange Walk, a lot of people ask about dimensions, you know, moving away from the weight. So we brought that service based on customers' demand, asking for something that is not by weight, but rather by dimensions or a flat rate service. So this is the first of its kind to Belize as well. So, and the post office is here to bring that service to you.
Started here in Orange Walk Town, the rebranding campaign is expected to include offices across the country as the Ministry of Public Utilities, Logistics and E-Governance moves towards a more modern form of doing business.
The rebranding one of our main strategies was to change the face of the post office, change the way how we do business, right? So the rebranding started off with our staff members wanting to be aligned. You know, everybody, as you go about, look all across the country, you would identify the post office. Currently, that is not the case, right? So now, as you look, you will see this is a post office. As you will notice that the aligning of the doors, it mimics the vintage air mails, right? So you know the history, that this is where it started from. vintage airmail, right? And we are moving away from that, going into what people want. Flat rates can be tracked, right? So those are future services because we have to align with digital technology. The blue represents trust, right? It represents honesty and reliability. So we want to bring that back, bring back the trust to our customers. The orange, when you go inside, you will see orange and green. That represents our express mail service. That is one of our international service, right? And express meaning it's fast service. So that is the way we are heading at the post. So inside you will see that because the orange represents creativity, innovation, right? And we are trying to innovate. We are trying to be creative here at the post. Lastly, we are trying to provide faster service to you guys. If you notice, we offer the same-day delivery. You guys love that service, right? Same-day delivery, and that is what people have been asking for. Apart from the dimensions and moving away from the weight, they were asking for that same-day delivery, and we brought that to the west, and we brought that to the north as well. So you guys have been experiencing that service, and like what CEO mentioned, we have received a new van, so to have more runs for the days.
Part of the rebranding campaign also includes the acquisition of a brand new delivery van in Orange Walktown in the new year. Of note is that the new flat rate boxes are prices at $15 and $19 respectively to ship anywhere in Belize. Coming up next, we take you to a busy Corosal commercial-free zone. Stay tuned.
Are you out of cash and need some extra money quick? Then worry no more. At Monica's Quick Cash, you can pawn your vehicle for fast money and still drive away freely. We're also the best place to pawn your TVs or gold jewelry and sell your scrap gold. Monica's Quick Cash, number 128 Cemetery Road, Belize City, number 14 Constitution Drive, Belmopan, across from the Belize Bank, and number 2 Belize Corosal Road, Orange Walktown. Pawn and drive, cash for gold, fast money with Monica's Quick Cash. Give us a call today at telephone 207-0970.
It's beginning to cost a lot like Christmas. And it doesn't matter if you choose Elf or Grinch, our prices are pinch. So don't let the holidays sneak up on you and start getting your friends and family gifts with extra savings. Like our Android starter phone, now just $109, or save over $50 on the Redmi A2. Samsung phones, backed to by 1-year local warranty, starting at $255. Our 4G LTE tablets for an all-time low price of just $149. Smart TVs, starting at only $349, and Fire Sticks at only $7 to $9. Smartwatches going for $79. Speakers starting at $39. Headphones and earbuds starting at just $25, and so much more. This isn't regular shopping, this is Deal Shopping, and Deal World just got started. Cellular World is your #1 technology gift shop. Visit our stores in Belize City, Belmopan, Orange Walk, or San Pedro, or shop via our virtual store through Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 615-5141. Spread love, share joy, and have a Merry Christmas when you shop at Cellular World.
¡Oh, oh, oh! ¿Cómo ganar $1000 en efectivo por sucursal? Instale o actualice la aplicación de transmisión Express Plus. ¿Cómo ganar otros $1000 en efectivo por sucursal? Actualice el saldo de su cuenta a diciembre. Actualice sus datos personales para obtener su boleto electrónico. El sorteo será el 5 de enero del 2024 en el programa Despierta Belice. La gerencia y personal de Centar le desea a clientes y amigos una feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo.
Since it's reopened its doors on February 1st, 2021, business has been booming at the Corosal Commercial Free Zone and growing at a fast pace as the administration and investors look into bringing more business to the zone. With the peak of the Christmas season upon us, thousands of vehicles carrying hundreds of buyers are visiting the free zone non-stop. Yesterday, our team traveled north to get a first-hand look at the movement at the free zone and they spoke with Neri Ramirez, the CEO of the Corosal Free Zone. Here is that story.
Currently, the Corosal Commercial Free Zone contributes 13% to Belize's GDP, with November and December being the peak months for business due to the Christmas season. The zone's contribution to the country's economy is expected to increase. For the past weeks, the zone has seen a higher influx of visitors, with a record breaker this past Sunday.
On the status of the Corosal Free Zone, we are happy to report that over the past month, November and December, we have seen a huge increment of visitors coming to visit the Corosal Free Zone from Mexico and all over the country of Mexico. Veracruz, Merida, Mexico City are coming to the Free Zone to do some shopping. I have seen, especially on weekends, which is the highest peak, up to almost 2,000 vehicles on a Sunday. To give you an exact clear picture, this past Sunday is the highest record since we are here, since we took over the office. A record of 2,331 Mexican vehicles coming on Sunday alone. The Free Zone have seen some huge increment of visitors. Parking is a problem sometimes on weekends. And I have seen a long line almost to the curb by the gas station by Mr. Arnold this past Sunday. I was here on Sunday, so I experienced it myself.
Now, we do know that progress brings challenges. Any challenges that you're facing in seeing that the influx of visitors has risen drastically compared to other days?
Well, luckily, not as yet. Although it is kind of slow at some point on the Mexican side, clearing the long lines, but it's actually flowing faster, But yes, but it's something that we need to work on probably, to work with the Mexican counterpart if we could allow them to use the two bridges for them to process faster.
Proof of the increase in visitors is the backed up traffic that can be seen from the beginning of the entrance to the zone to the far end. With business booming, investors are looking at expanding, and so does the administration, says CEO of the Free Zone, Neri Ramirez.
The importation, I look at the reports earlier today, and as you know, the month hasn't finished. We already passed what we sold, import and sold last year. Employment is still between 1,500 directly and 3,000 indirectly employees in the zone. That doesn't include the two casinos, because the two of them employ over like 500 employees as well. So it's a huge employment here in the north at the Free Zone as well. I have never seen them so happy. In their record, as I say, they're doing so much good business right now. They're so happy. There are no complaints at all.
Is there any particular product that visitors are looking for, or it's basically everything that is sold at Free Zone, from clothing to drinks, everything?
Okay, Kami, overall, the biggest product, you have to categorize it as general merchandise, which includes all bags, clothing, footwear, even food is categorized as general merchandise as a whole, but it's like 75 to 80%. So, and that is a huge amount of goods coming into the zone. It contributes a lot towards the GDP, to the government of Belize.
And with the multi-million-dollar project of El Tren Maya, which will connect Mexico to Belize, investors are expecting a higher hike in business.
I don't need to wait for it to finish because I know it's going to be inaugurated tentative in February. And I have already started to dialogue with some Mexican investors how we can connect the Free Zone directly to the Tren Maya, because as it is, as you know, is that
the military personnel is the one who will be responsible for all federal airports, trains. They are responsible for those borders. Is the military. So we have to get special permits to allow somebody to shuttle from the Tren Maya to our free zone. So we are already thinking how to connect Tren Maya to us already. Every single day we have a lot of taxis coming into the free zone, bringing Mexicans to their shopping. And we have over like 60 motor taxis operating here daily. That brings all the visitors. For some reason or the other, I need to find out and work on is that we have, for the past weeks, we have seen 30 to 20 buses on weekends coming, but they park over the Chactemal area, or Subteniente Lopez area, no? And they shuttle them through the motor taxis, which is good for the motor taxis, employment for them as well, no? But for some reason, I would want them to bring the buses over the side and make them more comfortable.
In summary, the Corosal Free Zone remains stellar as the leading duty-free zone for foreign trade in the world, catalyzing small and smart business worldwide. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
Belize's delegation to the 28th Conference of the Parties of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, is reporting, albeit limited, many global and local successes according to a summary issued today by the government of Belize. Minister of Sustainable Development, Climate Change and Disaster Risk Management Orlando Habet, CEO Dr. Kenrick Williams, and lead national negotiators Ambassadors Carlos Fuller and Dr. Janine Felson put Belize at the center of global discussion, leading active contributions on global climate change, mitigation and adaptation actions, advancing key negotiations and forging collaborative partnerships at the Global Climate Summit. Belize participated in 21 side events on issues ranging from global net zero transition to the SIDS Coalition for Nature and People Mangrove Breakthrough, and a dialogue on the United Kingdom's 10-point plan for financing nature. Other CEOs and technical leads participated in events related to agriculture, the blue economy, and energy, while there were also bilateral meetings fostering collaborations with key nations and organizations. These included Cuba, Taiwan, the United Arab Emirates, the PEW Charitable Trust, the Commonwealth Secretariat, and the Central American Commission for Environment and Development, among others. Minister Habet delivered Belize's national address to the gathering on December 9th, demanding transformative action, impactful leadership, and climate justice, and detailing Belize's ambition and implementation of its national mitigation and adaptation actions. Belize will be represented on the Adaptation Fund Board in 2024-2025 by CEO Williams, shaping global adaptation strategies and ensuring a seat at the table in directing needed climate finance to SIDS like Belize. On the Santiago Network for Loss and Damage Advisory Board and the Loss and Damage Fund Board for the 2025 term, further solidifying its position as a proactive force in addressing climate-related challenges, has been named a founding member of the Commonwealth Genius Geospatial Expert for United Solutions program in partnership with the Commonwealth Secretariat. The initiative aims to utilize geospatial data supporting the management of natural resources, including supporting carbon stock assessments and overall climate resilient development, and will now have access to the Toolkit for Climate Finance Advisors. This marks a significant step in empowering Belize to navigate and access climate finance effectively, as more than 200 Belizeans will have the opportunity to be trained and certified in the climate finance. Negotiations led to $700 million in pledges for the Loss and Damage Fund, of which the World Bank is interim trustee and host of the Secretariat, and parties have agreed to priorities including the tripling of renewable energy capacity, the doubling of energy efficiency by 2030, the phase down of coal power, a just transition away from fossil fuels in energy systems, and the phasing out of inefficient fossil fuel subsidies. Ambassador Fuller co-facilitated the negotiation, while Colin Mattis was AO's chief negotiator. The 29th UNFCCC COP will be held in Baku, Azerbaijan, in a year's time. In an evolving world, systems must be checked from time to time. Recently, the Central Bank of Belize, which is charged with making sure our dollar remains afloat and that all local and international businesses remain, had a press conference. It comes in time with the end of year, making sure that everyone is in par with what to expect next year. But not only that, the Central Bank of Belize must ensure that investment becomes habitual, but with regulations. In relation to the e-business, Digi launched its online banking wallet. But there are 2 more e-wallets online that must be regulated. How it happens? The governor of the central bank explains how business must operate.
Central bank has mandate over domestic banks, payment service providers, money lenders, other financial institutions. The DFC is the big one in there, credit unions, international banks, and each one of these obviously comes with its own act. Now, the size of this is around 6.6 billion Belize dollars, and the regulated entities are around 76. Money lenders alone are 54. Of course, there are 4 domestic banks, payment service providers, which includes remittance service providers. Those number 4, wallets. There's 1 licensed wallet, and that's Digi. But effectively, 2 other wallet providers are in the system, which are eCash and MBB Pay. Now, those don't have a license because they are commercial institutions, and by way of the act, you don't need a license if you are a licensed commercial bank already. International banks, we'll talk a bit about that. You know, that subsector has been consolidated a little bit, and credit unions, you could see all of them up here.
A few months ago, the Central Bank of Belize received concerns regarding the undue fees commercial banks levy on consumers. As the main regulatory body, the central bank stepped in to defend consumers from what many deem as unreasonable and unjust charges to access their own funds. For many Belizeans, the fees associated with routine banking transactions have become a recurrent pain point. Whether it's a trip to the ATM, an in-person visit to a bank counter, or conducting an online transaction, consumers often find themselves dishing out more money than expected, and the central bank shares this sentiment.
So we've had internal discussions, and we've sort of continued the dialogue with the commercial banks on this. What those discussions have centered around is that who will have jurisdiction over correcting this practice? And I think the angle was to see if there was any room for it in the Financial Consumer Protection Bill that's coming along, the Act, but it doesn't seem to fit there at all. That would be a very different structure. Now, if the commercial banks and the retailers are the ones who enter into this contract, then shouldn't that control authority rest between the two? It might be better fit there. And that's where we're still continuing the dialogue. I encourage anybody in the public who has this experience to definitely go to our website and send us some information, evidence that this has occurred to you.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams' Christmas message is reflecting on strides this year, including a 20% reduction in murders. This festive season, in which we celebrate the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ and the end of the year, is a time of reflection, hope, and gratitude. Fighting crime is becoming more and more complex, but as we reflect on the challenges we face this year, we are filled with hope and gratitude for the coming year. We choose not to be consumed by the challenges, but to focus on how we were able to overcome them, the Commissioner said. The Compo noted that the collaboration with governmental and non-governmental organizations and the support from Belizeans have all been instrumental in minimizing the scourge of crime and the violence that continue to plague our communities. Through our collective efforts, we have made significant strides, resulting in a 20% reduction in murders. The last time our country saw murder rates under 100 for the year was in 2013, when 99 murders were recorded. This year's figure is historic, as it is the lowest we have since 2008 and is a sign of hope for the future, he added. Campo Williams noted that the reduction in murders this year has given birth to renewed hope and capabilities to fight and reduce crime through continued partnerships with all stakeholders. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Thursday, December 21st, here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3NewsBZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.